Hey guys, it's Roy from Geeks Adventures. Woohoo! Got another update. It's been a busy weekend. Hey, so not only do we have a Justice League trailer drop yesterday, caught Power Rangers last night. Yay, cool! Hey, it's Power Rangers. It's giant robots. Yay. And I imagine, like a lot of you, when you first heard they were going to do a Power Rangers movie, went like I did. Oh, great. Another reboot. Oh, great. Jumping on the Transformers bandwagon and going after a toy license so you can make not just money, but a lot of money. Maybe even George Lucas Star Wars money. It's hard not to get snarky at this point about all these reboots, you know? I mean, it's like, wow, hey, before we get a Spider-Man reboot actual release, let's do another Spider-Man reboot of the reboot. And you know what? You can do a reboot of the reboot of the reboot and blah, 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 blah. And then the first trailer came out, and it's like, this actually looks kind of cool. Getting an origin story, seeing a whole bunch of these kids brought together, yada, 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 it looks kind of promising. On the other hand, it's also easy to go, wow, I wonder if all the cool stuff's in the trailer. So, wait, more trailers came out? Maybe there is something. So, my buddy Carl and I went to go see it because, hey, Power Rangers, I was raised, I'm from Hawaii, so I was raised, okay folks, let's get something straight here. Sentai shows, the whole super action ninja thing, this goes back to 76, 77? Shoot, I should have brought my tokusatsu TV show encyclopedia. Yes, there is such a thing. It's all in Japanese. Fortunately, at least the dates are in English, and I remember just enough of my hiragana, katakana to go, oh, that's Go Ranger. And that's actually the very first Sentai series, Go Ranger, back in the day. Way back in the 70s. But anyway, so we went to go see it, and you know what? It's not bad. Basically five misfits gathered together, like the trailer. They find these little stones that glow in the dark and discover that, hey, we've been drawn here by fate, karma, destiny, blah, 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 to basically be guardians. And yes, you're going, this sounds really corny and dumb. It actually works pretty well. The film starts off actually with a bit of a flashback with Zordon as the original Power Ranger crash landing on Earth. He and his team getting their butts kicked pretty bad by Rita. And so of course, you know, the whole, okay, we must make sure our enemy doesn't blah 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 blah. So Zordon orders Alpha. Oh, and by the way, this is happening 65 million years ago, I think, is what the movie referenced. Long ass time ago. To drop a meteor where they're at to, you know, that theoretical, hey, we got to take out everybody, let's take out everybody. So flash forward, and of course, it gets released, because that's what happens. And Rita gets out, Destiny calls the Power Rangers, they gather, yada, yada, yada. Tropes are everywhere. It would be very, very, very easy to say, hey, this is basically the Breakfast Club meets Power Rangers meets Spider-Man, Iron Man, pick your superhero of the time. And there are moments that it does feel that way. You've got the misfits brought together. They finally form this bond as they get to know each other, and you're going, wow, this was really corny and lame. The beauty of the story is it's handled well. It would be very, 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 very easy to give into this cloying kind of Saved by the Bell / Severed, the worst, most cliched aspects of the whole idea. They don't, actually. They handle it pretty well. They managed to get together. You actually feel some empathy for all these characters. So, you actually kind of drawn into this whole thing, which is really kind of cool. If there's one thing about the movie, actually, Actually, the other fun thing too is it is very self-aware. The whole lines about, are we Spider-Man? Are we Iron Man? There's also this great gag in the middle of during the giant fight scene at the end. You're fighting monsters, blah blah blah. There is a yellow Camaro. Yes, it looks like Bumblebee. It gets crushed, and even in the film, I forget which one of the Rangers says it, but one of them goes, "I'm sorry, Bumblebee," and you can almost see Michael Bay somewhere going, "Yeah, real funny. I'm the one with $1 billion movie, you jackass." Hey, Michael, it was funny. If there's one thing that is a bit of the problem with film is that, you go through all of this examination of characters, how they got together, blah, 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 which is really well done. You kind of lose track of the fact that, oh yeah, this is Power Rangers. You don't see them in the suits or in the Zords until literally the last half hour or so. It's an epic last half hour or so. It's pretty cool. Giant fight, yada, yada, yada. But a lot of time, if you're expecting a whole lot of seeing them in the suits and everything, you don't get as much of that as you thought or hoped. That's kind of a bummer. Rita, Elizabeth Banks as Rita is wonderful. Actually, and that's the other thing. I wasn't too sure how to take. I mean, this is Elizabeth Banks. This is the commentator from Pitch Perfect. She's creepy psycho as Rita. It's a good take on the character. She's frightening. She's evil. She's kind of all in on playing Rita, and it's a wonderful thing to watch. There's been, it's interesting to see how, some people have reacted, because the original show is this campy thing, yada, yada, yada. There's, when I think of camp at this point, especially in film, I'm thinking 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street. I'm thinking of, Will Ferrell's work in Anchorman. If you're going to do camp, you gotta go all in, and it's going to be insane. And it can be funny and brilliant, no question. If you half-ass it, I have strong issues with the Green Hornet movie. Because that's the way it felt like. They weren't too sure, well, are we going to be campy? Are we going to be super serious? And they tried this weird middle ground where it's like, they went more serious with this. So, no, I mean, it doesn't take itself too seriously to the point where, it's like the Dark Knight Returns meets Power Rangers. But it definitely leans toward a more serious tone, which is kind of a nice thing to see. Especially in the light of the way you're taking these 5 characters that have no reason to bond, and they actually manage to, which is really kind of cool. Umpteenth trope, actually. There's one of the cooler moments. Actually, it's actually drawn from Pitch Perfect too, where the acapellas are trying to get their mojo back and to get their sound back, and they gather around the campfire and blah 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 blah. And actually, it's a cool scene. They kind of do the same thing here, but what easily could have been cloying, what easily could have been kind of dumb and cliched, they get it to work, which is really kind of cool. For those of you who are grumpy about the Zords look kind of cool in the movie. No, they don't look like a guy in a suit. Deal with it. That's the way it is. You don't gotta like it. Me personally, I'm still kind of about the design, but you know what? I can see why he did it. Kind of makes sense, actually, if you're going to go all alien techie or techno-organic techie and all that kind of stuff. Fight at the end is kind of cool when you see them fighting Goldar. It's actually kind of neat. The whole the putties as these giant rock monster things. That's actually kind of cool too. Yes, you also get a obligatory post-credit scene, which if you're a Power Rangers fan, you're going, duh. So overall, it's a fun flick. It is a fun movie. Is it perfect? No. Is it the most original thing on the planet? Duh. No, not even by a long shot. The thing is, though, um, if you're going to draw on tropes, don't screw it up. And actually, they managed not to. It would have been easy. I mean, literally, you joke about Michael Bay. Let's be frank here. Transformers films, their plot is giant robots show up and you beat the crap out of each other. That's literally it. The writers here actually tried to create something that would be cool to watch. That would draw people in. You would actually give a crap about these teenagers rather than just wait for the giant robots to show up. So that's kind of cool. On the other hand, it does bring up the biggest deficiency, the fact that you wait a long time for the giant robots to show up. But overall, it's a good flick. The crowd that Carl and I were at, there was a ton of people our age, about 20 and older, no surprise. People brought their kids in too, and actually there was one kid in the front who was having a grand old time, not being too loud. Every once in a while, yay! And you know what? That's actually kind of cool. So there you go. If you're a fan of the show, you may not want to watch it because this isn't the exact same thing as the show. And you know what? It's not meant to be. It's meant to be something that's a little bit deeper, a little bit darker, if you want to call it darker, whatever. But it is still a fun thing to watch. It's fun. It's cool. Who knows? Maybe Saban Entertainment will create the Sabanverse and have Power Rangers and Mask Rider, and all those other characters to come back. I don't know if that's good or bad. We'll see. So anyway, there you go. Y'all have a good weekend. We'll see if we manage to get another update in before the weekend's over. Hey, may the force be with you. May the odds be forever in your favor. And as always, and actually as the Power Rangers, the movie actually does emphasize a lot, which is actually the really cool thing about the film. Let's be really good to each other, okay, out there? Peace! Later.